All right. Hi, everybody. I'm Kara Posick. It's so nice to meet you all. Gosh, there's a lot of you on here. Um, I have been in natural healing and energy medicine for more than 50 years. And it was about 5 years ago, not quite, just about 5 years ago, that I was listening to a brilliant quantum physicist say, I don't care what's going on in your body, but if your blood is dirty and your circulation is blocked up, you can't get better. And I'm going, absolutely right. That's brilliant. But what cleans your blood? What opens up your circulation? I've never heard of anything that does either of those. And he went on to say that he was head of a huge science team that had been put together 50 years ago, paid for by European government to find the cause of aging and the cure for all disease. Yeah. And that it had to be 100% plants, nothing artificial, and it could do no harm. And I'm going, well, you got my attention because there's nothing that I've ever heard of like that. And what they did was this huge science team got together, they studied 5,000 plants, um, but they narrowed it down to 44 of the most powerful plants on the planet. And then they did something nobody's ever done. They went into the quantum structure of plants to find, to be able to find the each molecule, to be able to locate, isolate, remove, and study every molecule. And every medicinal plant has like 1,000 different types of molecules. So this was a huge undertaking. In fact, it took them 30 years to find the frequency of every molecule, what each one did in the body, and then how each molecule acted and interacted with each other. 150 million variables in that study, and they ended up with, ta-da, Hercules. This is a spray that, this is a spray that this is how you use it. 4 sprays under your tongue, morning, afternoon, and evening. If you do that, it goes right into your bloodstream and it opens up your circulation. It cleans the blood. It boosts your immune system and it stimulates your own stem cell production. Nothing has ever done this before. They treated more than 300,000 patients in Europe through medical doctors. Everybody got better. Everybody got better. 50% of them were stage 3 or 4 diseases. You know what I'm talking about. The other 50% were elite athletes, actors, and the elite because they were charging $150,000 for a 4-month program. But it just so happens that the head of the science team had a daughter who married an American who just happened to be, I don't believe in coincidences, this is all supposed to happen, happened to be there when they were putting all of the data into a big mainframe computer in Zurich. And they had done blood work on these 300,000 patients every 3 weeks. So they had massive amounts of data. And what they found was there were no allergic reactions, no contraindications with any medications, no negative side effects. It was just perfect. It worked for everybody. So when they were all done with that, the head of the science, the son-in-law, went to the head of the science team and said, look, this is the cleanest, safest, most powerful product you could possibly put in your body. Let me take it to the United States, put it in a company that can take it directly to the end user at prices people can afford. And that happened 5 years ago. 5 years ago, I was in a wheelchair. I had been in natural healing and energy medicine my whole life, but I had an auto accident which screwed up my low back, and I also had bone on bone in both hips. And I was refusing to have surgery. Um, and I had been in a wheelchair for 2 years trying to figure out how to regenerate all this. I started using this product, and within 2 months, I could walk with no pain. I had not been able to put any weight on either hip in 2 years. But when you spray this under your tongue and the body responds by opening up circulation and microcirculation, guess what happens? Inflammation goes away. Inflammation is the cause of aging and all of our issues. So the inflammation went away, I could walk. My husband, who was 80 at the time, had been diabetic for 40 years. And when he started using it 3 times a day, by the 5th day, he had to cut back on insulin by 60%. By the end of 4 months, he was off insulin. We went and had blood tests, and his A1C went from 10.5, which is horrible, down to 5.8, which is not even diabetic anymore. And he had also been in atrial fibrillation with his heart for 10 years and in and out of congestive heart failure that whole time. And his cardiologist said to him, "This will never get better, it'll only get worse." By the end of 4 months, he hadn't had any episodes. We went to the cardiologist. They recorded his heart in normal sinus rhythm for the first time in 10 years. And I went, whoa. In my 50 years in natural healing and energy medicine, I've never seen anything happen this quick, this completely, this dramatically. And I sent out a newsletter. I had a huge following. And, the rest is history, because I've got more than 35,000 people using it. I'm seeing reversals in everything: physical, mental, emotional. You heard me say 4 months, 4 months, 4 months. In 4 months, that's a complete blood cycle. And what that means is, in 4 months' time, every single red blood cell dies and a new one takes its place. So if you're doing this morning, afternoon, and evening, keeping it in your bloodstream all day long for 4 months, then every red blood cell that gets formed is formed in the presence of these high frequency molecules. They take on the frequency, the healing information from nature, and the quantum nutrition, the likes of which you've never seen before. And it's an upgrade in your blood, and that's your life force. And I am looking on here. Hold on. Yeah, anyway. And that's your life force. So this is amazing. But then they say, if you do this for 3 years, you've got a whole new body. And I have a whole new body. I want to show you. I don't know. Have you seen my before and after pictures? I'm not going to take the time to try to track that down, but I have a whole new body. I mean, I look so much younger than I did. In a minute, when you guys start talking, I'll find my pictures here. What has happened to me in these, I've been using this almost 5 years, so I have a whole new body. What happened, though, just recently amplified my results to me. I woke up and had a huge bruise on my foot. I mean, huge. And I had not hurt myself. And a friend looked at that and said, "Oh my God, go get a vascular sonogram. That looks like a blood clot." So I did. And when I went in there for this, the woman went in on my groin first and goes, "Oh my God." I'm going, "What's wrong?" She says, "Absolutely nothing. You have the cleanest, most open lymph nodes I've ever seen. And I'm going, well, good, that's a good thing, you know. And then she goes in on my veins and she said, how old are you? I go, I'm 76. She says, geez, I got 30-year-olds that don't have as healthy looking veins as yours. But then she did my arteries. And she goes, girl, I've been doing this for 23 years, and I've never seen anybody older than 13 with no plaque in their arteries. You have no plaque in your arteries. I'm going, that one really shocked me because when I was 60, I had high blood pressure, shortness of breath, heart arrhythmias. I was in and out of the cardiologist. Both my parents died of heart attacks at age 72, and here I am at 76, no plaque. So, and I'm seeing reversals. I mean, I've got 35,000 people now that are using this, and I am seeing reversals in absolutely everything. This is a paradigm shift. I don't take any supplements anymore. Oh my God, I took handfuls and handfuls and handfuls of supplements every day for most of my life. Now they're finding out they're causing problems. And about 95% of the supplement companies are owned by big pharma anyway. And, but they cause blockages and they cause problems in your circulation and in your liver and kidneys. So, you know, you don't need them. This is the next generation for health, and it's 100% plants, and it does no harm. It can only help. And it works for everybody from newborn babies to people over 100 and every single one of your pets. And if you've got a sick pet, oh my gosh, it works so fast because their metabolism is 8 times faster than ours. So that's kind of my short version. Sorry, it's not so short. But let me open this up and see what questions you have. Do any of you have questions? Just unmute yourself and ask.
How much is the product?
One bottle is $79, but you don't want one bottle. You want to do the 4-month blood upgrade. You might not even feel it in one bottle. One bottle is enough to do 4 sprays once a day for a month, or 3 times a day for 10 days. You want to do it 3 times a day for 4 months, which is 3 bottles a month, 12 bottles total for the blood upgrade. And they've got packages for that. They've got a 9-bottle package. That's enough to do it 3 times a day for 3 months. It's $5.98, so there's a big savings doing it that way. And then you get a bottle a month starting in the 2nd month, so that by the 4th month, you've got all 12 bottles for the full blood upgrade. They have a $2.99 package for 4 bottles. Not as good a deal. But not everybody can start with the big package. They have something else that they added 2 years ago. This is called iRevive. iRevive is a skin cream, but it's a lot more than that. It was developed by the science team for stage 3 and 4 burn patients. Stage 3 and 4 burn patients means there's no skin. It's been burned off. And you can take this cream and put that on that open wound, and it will regrow skin within a matter of a couple of weeks. And nothing's ever done this before. But it does that because it stimulates stem cell production in your skin. Those are called fibroblasts. And once it's done working on your skin, it goes inside. Let me give you an example. When we first added this, I had a woman call me after she'd had it for 2 weeks. She had been using it on her face because it gets rid of wrinkles and brown spots and bug bites and burns and open wounds, and you can use it on diabetic ulcers and neuropathy. You can use it on anything that's going on your skin. But those fibroblast stem cells go in, and work on other things like your eyes or your brain or your lungs or your liver. So she called me and she said, I've been using this on my face and my wrinkles around my eyes are going away, but my macular degeneration is getting better. Do you think that's because of the stem cells? Yes, I do. If somebody's got neuropathy, if you're using the spray internally, that's going to eventually get rid of it. But if you do use the spray internally and then put the cream where the neuropathy is, or where your sore knee is, or wherever there's some issues, then these stem cells will go in and fix that. I want to show you how little bit this you use, because this is pretty amazing. This is a teeny tiny little container, and I know most people think when they get it, oh geez, they sent me the sample size. Okay, you see my finger? That little lump on there is about the size of a split pea. And I put it on my fingertips so they're glossy. That's enough for my whole face. That would be enough for, neuropathy on a leg. I'm going to put it on my hands because I've got a little bit of makeup on. But so they have a second package. You can do all eye Hercules. They have a second package that's called their stem cell therapy package. And you get both of these. You get 5 of these and 8 of these. And if you did that package, it's $5.98, just like the other one. But you would use the iHercules 4 sprays morning and evening, and you would use the cream morning and evening for 4 months for the full blood upgrade. And there's a $5.98 and a $2.99 package. Then let me tell you about one other thing. This is fairly new. They have what are called bioenergetic discs. Do I have one? Yeah, can't see. There it is. These are high frequency bioenergetic patches. And what they do is they carry frequencies. There's 11 different kinds. And these are like for emergencies or for getting rid of symptoms that, really quickly, like within 15 minutes or so. They have patches for pain and inflammation, joint pain, energy, stress and anxiety, weight management, sleep, male vitality, female vitality, mental clarity, allergies, and energetic chatter. All of them carry all the frequencies from iHercules, also frequencies that will ground EMFs from your cell phone and your computers and your 5G and everything else. And then another 50 frequencies that deal with those specifics. And what that does is they have frequencies of plants, flower essences, homeopathics, crystals, anything that deals with the one type of patch that you're ordered. And these are $89 for a month supply. Somebody just asked, does the $5.98 do the whole 4 months? No, it's enough for 3 months. 9 bottles is enough to do it 3 times a day for 3 months. And then starting in the second month, you get 1 bottle a month. Those are $79. So that by the 4th month, you've got all 12 bottles for the full blood upgrade. Or if you're doing, same thing if you're doing the stem cell therapy package. So that kind of answers those questions. I want to explain just a little bit deeper about how this has been proven to reverse biological age and issues by 20, 30 years or more. Nothing has ever done that. And this is how it does it. So quantum physics. When you put high frequency molecules like this into your bloodstream or into a closed system like the bloodstream, everything that's low frequency in that system has to raise up in frequency. So what's in your blood that shouldn't be there? Virus, bacteria, fungus, mold, chemicals, pesticides, glyphosates, heavy metals, radiation, chemtrails, spike proteins, plastic particles, God knows what else. It raises them up in frequency so the body can deal with them and get rid of them. Nothing has ever gotten rid of that. Then what it does, when the blood is clean, the immune system regains vision. People that aren't using this, everybody's immune system is in the down the tubes because it's so dirty it can't see to find the aging and the damaged and diseased cells. When the blood gets clean, then it has vision, and it can find the right cells to get rid of. But then instead of my body reproducing duplicate copies of those cells, my only 76-year-old cells with shorter telomeres, this stimulates the production of our own stem cells. Nobody's ever done that before. Stem cells are repair cells. Babies have massive amounts. By the time you're 20 or 30, you're down by 50%. If you're 60 or above, you probably have got none. Except me, because I've been using this for a while, and I've got massive amounts. So what happens when my body gets rid of aging and damaged and diseased cells, brand new baby cells come in to replace them, and they've got very long telomeres, which indicate that much life left rather than this. And so this is how it actually reverses biological age and issues. And I saw Abby ask about, what about rheumatoid arthritis? Absolutely, rheumatoid arthritis. Anything. This hits at the root cause of aging. It opens the circulation, cleans the blood, boosts the immune system, stimulates the stem cell production, and reverses biological age. There's nothing that does this except iHercules, iRevive, and iPatches. So now, let me see what questions you have. And while I am having you do that, I'm going to find something. I'm going to find my some before and after pictures to show you. Sorry, So, any questions? Raise your hand.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I have a question. Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay. Yes. What about osteoporosis?
I'm saying everything. Yeah, we've got people that have gotten, the blood, the bones grow back. I've got bone on bone in both hips. And that was 5 years ago that I could not walk. And it has strengthened my bones, and now I'm even growing back cartilage. So yes, all of that, all of the above.
Okay.
Any
Let's
other
hope.
questions? Yeah, no, honestly, I know this sounds too good to be true. A lot of people say that. And I agree, it does sound too good to be true, but honest to God, there is nothing that does what this does.
I got a question. Good day.
Go ahead.
All right. The question is, do you have to constantly take the product? What happens after you take the 3 months amount and
4
the
months.
body?
4 months.
Okay, 4 months. Yes.
4 months.
So what happens?
Blood cycle.
Okay. All right. So
what
after
happens?
After it refreshes
and after
the body.
that, what you do, if you are healthy and strong, and you just want to maintain that, 1 bottle a month will keep you that way. It'll keep the blood clean and open. But remember at the beginning, I said, if the blood is dirty and the circulation is blocked up, you can't get better. Well, that's true. And we live in toxic soup. So once you've opened your circulation and cleaned your blood and got your immune system going and got your stem cells producing in there, if you just go, okay, I'm done, guess what happens? You live in toxic soup. So the toxins are going to come back into your blood, and it's going to eventually block up your circulation. It's not going to happen overnight because you didn't get old or sick in a short period of time. So it's not going to happen over time, but it will happen. I was planning on taking supplements the whole rest of my life. I mean, I've been doing it for 50 years, and I take none. I take none. This is what I take because this hits at the root cause of all of our issues. This is it. This is what I'm going to be taking for the rest of my life. Now, I've been doing this for 5 years, and I am. I found my picture here, so I'm going to show you that. So let me see, where is it? Okay. I'm going to do a little screen share here. Okay. Oh.
Wow.
Okay. This is me
Oh,
when I started. Do you see a little difference?
a lot.
Yeah. So if you keep doing it, you'll just keep getting healthier and younger. When this is my outdoor wheelchair thing. But you could look at how I had a ruddy complexion, I had a lot of wrinkles, I was a lot heavier. I had a lot of zombie cells. I had a lot of blocked circulation and dirty blood. Look at how much thinner and how much nicer my skin is. I mean, this is a healthy person. This is not. But you want to see some other pictures? I'm going to go clear back up to the top of this. Hold on. This is a friend of mine who has a little bit gory, but she had her finger bitten off by a dog. And this is 5 weeks. It regrew her finger in 5 weeks. I mean, that doesn't happen. This is, I can't use the word, but in 3 weeks' time, it was gone. This is a burn, and in 1 day, it's gone. This is very serious. And this is inflamed, it is infected, it is swollen, he could lose his leg from this. This is 2 weeks.
Amputation.
Yeah, 2 weeks. He just needs some moisturizer on there now. This is 4 weeks, and they were ready to amputate her toe. This is a gentleman who, this is 6 weeks. Look at how gray and emaciated and lopsided and lumpy he looks. 6 weeks later, he's got clean blood, open circulation, and at first he couldn't even walk up a flight of steps, and now he can run up 6 flights without getting winded.
He looks younger. No
kidding. That's what this does. I don't even know what this is, but 1 week. He was really swollen. This is a bad angle, but in 10 days, that swelling went down, the redness went down. His feet, he can walk. It is just amazing. This is another thumb got cut off, and in 1 month's time, the thumb and the nail and everything is back. Sorry for the goriness of that one. This woman this is 2 yet, and she had been going to the skin doctor for years for this condition, which I don't even know what it's called. But in 6 months, her skin is beautiful. And she signed up her skin doctor. There's me. And I wanted to give you, this is a racehorse that with this crack in his foot, what they do with horses, if they get this crack, they've never been able to heal it, they put him down. And this is 2 weeks later. This is a multi-million-dollar racehorse. And what they said was the owner of this racehorse had been using iHercules, and he had been listening to my dog and cat stories, and so he started spraying it. With animals, mostly you just spray it on their food or in their water, easier than spraying it under their tongue, especially like with cats. But he started spraying it in the horse's food. He did like 10 sprays morning and evening, and in 2 weeks' time, it totally healed. They had never ever healed this condition before, and what this said to me was, "Oh my God, this proves this is quantum nutrition, because quantum means packets of light. If you look at in the dictionary, it says packets of light. It means it can be used as a particle or a wave. When I spray this under my tongue, it goes into my bloodstream as a particle. There's no bloodstream in those horses' hoofs. And so that went in as a quantum wave. That nutrition went in as a quantum wave. This is quantum nutrition, the first ever, and it works on everything. Any other questions?
Yes, so I have a question. Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I didn't hear what you just said.
No, I have a question. I want to say good evening, everyone. So my question is, I suffer from rheumatoid arthritis. I also have in my right knee, there's no cartilage in my right knee at all. I'm thinking about surgery, which I don't want to do at all. And in my left knee, I have osteoarthritis.
Yeah.
So I constantly have joint swellings in my fingers. Keep having these flare-ups, so I keep on have to using prednisone. But my question is, because I do a shot in my thigh every week, the Enbrel shot. My question is, what are the side effects of?
There are no side effects with any medications. There are no side effects with this. This is 100% plants, but it is the top molecules from 44 of the most powerful plants on the planet. And let me ask you a question first. How much water are you drinking every day?
Pardon me? Can you repeat that?
How much water are you drinking every day?
Well, I try to drink at least 2 16-ounce bottles. Sometimes I'm not feeling thirsty, so I don't really drink.
Okay, so 16 and 16 is 32. So 32, do you weigh more than 64 pounds?
Yes.
Then you're dehydrated. Seriously dehydrated. And swelling comes from the body trying to hold on to water because it's so dehydrated. So you need to up your water. And this will help with rheumatoid arthritis. This will help with, you heard me say twice, I've got bone on bone in both of my hips, and I'm pain free now. And I'm regrowing cartilage. This is the only thing I'm doing. This is doing that. And people with osteoporosis, their bones are getting stronger. This hits at the, honest to God, this hits at the root cause of aging and everything else. In the last 5 years, I have helped more people get well from major things that, my husband was not supposed to get over being diabetic after 40 years or get out of heart conditions after 10 years and at 80 years old. But you know what? I'm seeing reversals in everything. The very first person that called me, and I used to hate it when people would call me and go, "Care, what do you have natural for Parkinson's?" Because I had nothing. Not that would work for everybody every time. And I said, well, let's try this because there's nothing as good as this. And she sent me a video of her husband holding on to a counter and like scooching his feet. He could obviously not walk. And after 11 days of using this 4 sprays 3 times a day, she sent me a video of him walking without holding on to anything. And by the end of 4 months, that blood cycle, she sent me a video of him walking across the house with his, arms swinging. And it was like almost a normal gait. So I am seeing everything get better. And I see Dr. Catherine has her hand up. So What are your questions, Dr.?
Yeah. My sister's been suffering with Crohn's disease for some time. I heard you mention lupus. So what about these kind of illnesses, Crohn's and endocrine glands, things like that?
Yeah, it just it could everybody just mute their phones except for those that are talking? Thank you. Just last week, I do a Sunday night call, and I'm gonna, and I do a Sunday night call every Sunday night. I've done it for 4 years. It's a Zoom where I go over a lot of this same stuff, but every week it's different, and I have several hundred people on there. Last week or the week before, I had a woman come on, and she wanted to tell her story about what happened with her son. She's 75, her son is 55, and he has Crohn's. And he also had rheumatoid arthritis, was in extreme pain, and he had lost the retinal nerve to one eye. And she said he'd been on it for 2 months now. She went to the doctor. Crohn's does not show up at all anymore. He doesn't have Crohn's. He's out of pain. The knots in his fingers from the rheumatoid are going down, and he had no vision in one eye, and his doctor said he would never get it back. He now has 20/20 vision in both eyes. I've never seen anything, but this hits at the root cause. Everything else we've known, both in medicine and in natural healing, it's, take this for that condition, take that for this condition. This works for everything. And I saw something come up about children. Yeah, absolutely, children. From newborn babies. My son has a 3-year-old and a 4-year-old. They've been on it since birth. When they were born, once their umbilical cord fell off, we started spraying it right on their belly button. Once they were starting to eat food after they quit nursing, then we started spraying it on their food. Now we just spray it in their mouths, or they do it themselves now. But yeah, absolutely. And you don't have to worry about it. I mean, my little 4-year-old grandson, he'll grab my bottle and he'll do 20 sprays. I don't have to worry about that. You cannot overdo it. You really can't. So, yeah. And like with dogs, I mean, I've got a 70-pound dog. I'll put 2 sprays on his food morning and evening. But if you've got an itty-bitty dog, you just do 1 morning and evening. So, Tenna. Is that how you say that? Tenna. I like that. Can you unmute yourself? Dr. Catherine, did that answer your questions?
Yes, thank you. That includes the thyroid gland as well? Goiters and stuff like that?
Yeah. I had, I didn't list all the conditions I had, but I had a thyroid condition. I went off my medication for that. And I had nodules in my thyroid, and those just went away. So, yeah. Just went away.
Thank you.
Abby said, how many bottles for children? Depends how old they are. And actually, for children, they have a product called Liquid Gold. Can you see this? It doesn't have, it doesn't stimulate stem cells and reverse biological age. It's a little bit less expensive, and children don't need their stem cells stimulated. So we just get them the Liquid Gold. And so if you were to do it for a child, and 1 bottle is enough to do 4 sprays a day for a month. So if you're just using, 2 sprays in the morning and evening, 1 bottle's enough for a child. So, all right. Now, Tenna, I see you're unmuted.
Yes, Good evening, everyone. I'm Sister Tene Cooper, and we heard the announcement about this program, this Zoom meeting today from Pastor John yesterday at church. So he sent me the link, and I decided to join, and I'm happy I did. I've been listening to you and the others, the various testimonies and what you have experienced, and I'm interested because I have a lot of health issues. I'm a sickle cell, and then also suffer from osteoarthritis and osteoporosis. They say my bones are not too strong, and I have a hip problem. I need total hip replacement as well. And then I suffered from kidney failure a few years ago, and so I was on dialysis, but by the grace of God, I'm dialysis free, but I still need to be checking. Yeah, I still need to be checking with my kidney doctor. I have an appointment this week to go and see, since it's been some time now since I've seen a nephrologist. So I have an appointment this week. I don't know how my kidneys are faring, but I'm just curious or interested in knowing what I need to do, especially from the spray you're talking about. How do I get this product?
The person that invited you to this meeting?
Yeah, and Pastor John, yeah.
So go back to him. He's using it. He can answer your questions and get it for you.
Okay.
If you ordered it today, it would ship out tomorrow. You'd have it in 5 to 6 working days. And then we've got programs every night of the week. We've got so much information, because honest to God, it is so important when you start this to get educated, because this is really a paradigm shift. I don't take any supplements. I don't take any medications. I'm not telling you go off your medications. I'm saying work with your doctor. But as your body gets healthier, and things begin reversing, you probably will need to cut back and back and back, and maybe be totally off of medications as well. We're seeing amazing things. Hercules is not a quick fix, but it's a real fix. It didn't take you overnight to get to where you are. Let me ask you a question though. With sickle cell, what are your symptoms?
Actually, when I was much younger, I was always sick, being anemic. Right now, I'm still anemic. My HB is always very low. When I attend hospital right now, I'm average 5 point something, my HB level. But the doctor is saying that it's because my body has had this experience for so long, having low HB, so he has adjusted to that. But it's not normal for an adult like me, 61 years in a few weeks, to have such low HB. But being a sickler, I was much sicker when I was younger. As I grew older, I still have symptoms, the pains, yes, sometimes the weakness when my HB is very low. When I'm strenuous or I'm very cold, I have pains in my joints and all of that.
Okay. It wasn't until, I don't know, maybe 2 years ago that, I didn't have, people were asking me about sickle cell, and I'm going, I don't know, I can't speak to that exactly, because I hadn't seen anybody reverse that, and now I have. So I've had a number of people who have had some real reversals in their numbers and in their symptoms. So, yeah, I believe that God made our bodies perfect, and we have just so damaged our air, our food, and our water that we are, suffering more dramatically. And in my lifetime, we probably are not going to clean up our air, food, and water. However, if I do this every day, I'm cleaning up my internal environment. And the reason I'm still doing this 3, 4, 5 times a day, I do it. I love this. This is the most important food. Our bodies are made for food. This is food. What this does is it nourishes our body back to health. This doesn't heal us. This feeds our body the top molecules from 44 of the most powerful plants on the planet. so that our bodies can do what they were meant to do in the first place, and that is to heal ourselves.
Okay. Thank you so much.
And this makes sense, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
That's the thing that I like about it is, gosh, everybody can understand, you know, if you, and here, let me tell you a really quick story. So I think it was Stanford University did an anti-aging study. They did it with chickens because chickens they only live like 4 to 5 years. I know that's true. I have 16 chickens running around my backyard right now. And so they could study generations. And so if a chicken only lives 4 to 5 years, they were able to keep chicken hearts beating for over 50 years. Now, how on earth could they do that? The chicken hearts were in a medium, a petri dish that had water in it, and they changed the water every day. So when I use this every day, it's like cleaning my blood, opening my circulation, giving my body the nutrients it needs to reverse my biological age and issues. I don't feel like I'm 76. I have no medical issues. My blood work is perfect. I ran into somebody at church a couple weeks ago, hadn't seen them in several years. I went running up to them. I'm going, Sharon, Steve, how are you? And they looked at me like, who are you? And I'm going, it's Care. And they're going, no way. Yeah, this works. This works. And go ahead, Jerry.
I'm sorry, I didn't know if people were raising hands or what, but I'm driving, so I'm not able to. But anyway, my challenge is that I have pain so bad I can't even turn over in the bed of my lower back, and now it's my legs, my thighs. It's just just pain. On my left hand, it's hard for me to bend my fingers, so I know it's all inflammation. Because really, 3 months ago, I was getting up and I was walking at least 3 or 4 times a week for 30 minutes. And now I can barely stand up in the kitchen and cook for 10 minutes. So, I said I was going to go starting next week to acupuncture. And I do have the product. I just got it, I think, like a week ago. So I understand what you said. Our bodies didn't get like this overnight, and it's not going to get well overnight. I guess my question is, do you feel that this product can help in terms of I'm saying inflammation because it's just...
Inflammation is the major thing that this attacks. When you spray this under your tongue, it opens your circulation and your microcirculation. Microcirculation, 70% of your circulation is microcirculation. And those vessels can be so tiny that 100 of them could fit in a human hair. And they get blocked up so easy with all this crud in our air, food, and water. And so when the circulation opens up, inflammation goes away. Inflammation is a normal part of the healing process. So when there's an injury, or when there's a toxin, or when there's a virus or something, and water goes to that area to start flushing it out, but then the circulation is blocked up, it can't go away. This opens up your circulation so it goes away. That's why I could walk after 2 years of not being able to put any weight at all on my hips, on my legs. I could walk within 2 months with no pain. No pain. Even today, my chiropractor, when he looks at my x-rays, goes, I don't know how you're walking, and I don't know how you're not screaming. It's because I have no inflammation. Inflammation is the cause of aging, of pain, and of all of our issues. And that's the first thing this attacks. The Bible says life is in the blood. And that's what this does. This cleans the blood.
Cleans the blood, and that's what helps with the inflammation.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I also just ordered a little teeny bottle of Revive, and I put that yesterday on my feet because I have the swelling in my feet and my ankles. Now, what I have noticed today is that, and I was surprised, I was showing my husband, it's not swollen like it usually is. Now, I guess the tail will be later on tonight, but by now it would have been swollen. So I don't know if it's because I only put a little bit of the cream on there for the first time yesterday. I don't know if that's from the eye Hercules or from the eye Revive. It don't matter as long as
they work together. They work together. But because you put it where it was, it probably worked faster. Because what you're doing, if you're using this spray, you're doing it from the inside out, and you're opening the circulation and cleaning the blood. That's the slowest, but that's the basis of it, because that's the real fix. And this then, when you put this right where it hurts, whether it's your feet or you could put it on your low back. And did you see how much I used for my whole face of this? I mean, your fingers just need to be glossy. It does not take much. And when you put it right where the pain is or right where the issue is, then you're getting it from the inside out and the outside in.
Okay, so should I put it on? I mean, I don't have any wrinkles on my face, but I am 79. Should I put it on my face anyway? So,
do you have any issues on your skin?
I did put some on my back because my back stays itchy all the time. And
so put it wherever. And, and you said you've got low back pain?
Oh my God, yes.
So put it on your low back.
Okay.
Put it where you hurt.
Okay.
Put it where you need it.
And so just keep saturating my body for 4 months with the eye Hercules.
Yeah, well, with what's going on with your body and being 79, 4 months is the complete blood upgrade, but I just keep doing it at that level. But I did not start this to do this as a business. I started it for my health, my husband's health, and all of my clients' health.
Right.
But this company now, just like there's no product like this, and this can't be duplicated. I mean, it took them 50 years and a huge science team. Nobody's duplicating this. The Chinese have been trying to, but since it's 100% plants, they can't heat it up. They can't reverse engineer it. They've tried. It disappears. So, this, you're going to want to just keep doing this. So there's not a product like this, but this company is owned by 4 very wealthy individuals. They didn't start this company to make money like every other company out there. They didn't start this to make money. They started it on a mission to change healthcare because every one of them lost family members to diseases that this could have corrected.
Okay, one other thing.
No, wait. Let me finish.
Okay.
This company gives back to their distributors, which they call transformational affiliates. They give back up to 75% of their profits. So people that are using this are just, can't shut up about it, and they want to tell their family, their friends, everybody about it. And so they're bringing in income that is paying for their product or bringing in really significant income stream beyond that. So it's not so much about the price of it. It's about getting educated about it enough that you can actually understand what's going on and you can tell other people, because the people that are coming into this now are conscious. They're conscious, they're smart. They know that there's something out there that is natural that can reverse our conditions, and it's not the drugs, it's not the supplements. Because if that was true, we'd all be well with all that we're the billions and billions that are being spent. So I look at it, it's my mission to share this with people, and people that have been using this and have amazing stories are doing the same thing. They're just sharing it. And I'll tell you a funny story. My son we have programs every night of the week, and some nights we have more than one. And I said, tonight I have a big Zoom. But on Wednesday nights on lynlive.com, LYN stands for liveyoungernow.com. You can go on a Zoom or on through Facebook or through Smart TV and watch. And there's a 9 o'clock Eastern program where my son interviews, talks about the marketing plan. And about 4 weeks ago, he was interviewing old women like me who just were sharing the heck out of it, but had no clue about the marketing plan. Purple Heart. And the marketing plan, I mean, it's like there's so many levels of income. And he was interviewing one woman who was 75. She's an animal communicator and a healer. And she had been sharing it and sharing it and sharing it. And she knew she was getting some money in her back office, but she didn't even know how to get into her back office. And we had sent her a video and said, watch this, and she didn't. But we walked her through, and my son was interviewing her, and he said, so how easy was it to get into your back office? And she said, oh my gosh, it was so easy. I can't believe I didn't do it. But she says, and when I got there was $3,500. And Joshua stopped her and said, Cher, there was $35,000 there. And she goes, oh yeah, I'm just not good at numbers. And we're all going, oh my God. And then he interviewed another woman who was 78. 86. She's 86. She and her husband had been using the products for a year. They had both gotten their vitality back. They had both gotten their mental clarity back. And she had never run a business before, but she listened to the, comp plan. And she said, everybody I know needs this. I'm going to build a business. So at 86, she started a business. And she's now making between $10,000 and $15,000 a month because she's sharing it just through her community. So, I mean, this is the most unique product and the most unique program I've ever seen. And this is all I need. I don't put anything else on my skin. I don't even need a moisturizer anymore. I don't do any other supplements. And these patches are amazing. If you're in a lot of pain, get some of the pain patches. And if one patch doesn't work, because you have to break the pain cycle, then call me and I'll tell you how to use it and do a few more at the beginning. So this is really all you need.
Okay, excuse me, please.
Go ahead.
Excuse me. Yeah, excuse me. What about parasites? My son, had parasites. That was like about 10 years ago or something like that. But he's still taking a lot of medicines and a lot of things like that because I don't think he is clean or I don't think he is healed or I don't think he is totally.
We all have parasites, but when this cleans the blood, that's where you're going to find most of them. However, parasites then will go into other tissues and organs. And when this clean blood, once the blood is clean, and it starts going through the liver, the lungs, then it's able to pick up the other low frequency stuff. So yeah, it can work on that. And Melvin just said, how do you become an affiliate? You need to buy one of the two packages, the $2.99 or the $5.98 package, and you need to be on auto ship for one thing a month. And it can be as little as $149 bottle of iRevive, except you want to do the 4-month blood upgrade with the iHercules. You want to start there. But then that's all. There's no fee, there's no yearly thing. You just need to be on auto ship to get a check. And even if you're at the very, very top level, which I'm at the top level of the company, I'm their top distributor. which, amazed me because I just kept sharing it. I don't know what I was doing. But $49 a month is all it's required for me to just even to get checks. But I do more than that. So, any other questions?
What about my daughter that has cancer? She's had cancer for
50% of the people, and that's not a word I can use. 50% of the people of the 300,000 patients in Europe had stage 3 and 4 diseases. You know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Everybody got better. And there were no allergic reactions, no contraindications, no negative side effects.
What are you saying got better? They did not get rid of the cancer?
I can't say that. I've got to be so careful how I phrase things.
We cannot use that word. We want to be at this company for years and years. And you know that the pharmaceutical companies do not like anything working like this does. So we have to understand that we want to know, can this cure this, or can it cure that, or can it help this condition or that condition? We have to be wise. Yes. Wise. Very wise. We have to listen. We have to listen intently and understand the times we're living in.
Thank you. She'll get a whole lot better.
Yes. Yes, I got a whole lot better.
A whole lot better.
You saw, yeah. I'm seeing it. I'm hearing these testimonies every day. Fatmata. I'm messing that.
Yeah, I have good evening.
Hi.
Yeah, I have a question. Like this medication cure for seizure?
This is not a medication. This is a food.
Food for seizure, can it cure it?
For seizures?
Yes.
You would have to check. You would have to try it. It's going to make everybody better.
Okay.
But wait, my background is in psychotherapy, and I look very carefully at psychological, mental, emotional, and stuff like that. These are this is what I've seen. I've seen reversals in anxiety, depression, bipolar, ADHD, autism, dementia, strokes, Alzheimer's, PTSD. So, because when you clean the blood and open the circulation and, get the immune system going. So, seizures will fall in that category. I can't say that I have worked with anybody that has had that result. But I don't know of anybody that I've worked with that's got seizures.
Oh, okay.
But everything gets better, so I would definitely use it and see, and then you let me know.
Okay.
We have people on the line who, in this short time, have used it that have had issues with strokes, and they're seeing improvement. I know at least 2 people personally. They have their own testimonies that they're seeing with either them or their child improve with because of how it affects the brain and nerves system like that. So we have been a long time. We have we know that Ms. Care got started a little late, but we appreciate everybody being on here. We're gonna recognize that she has the right to close it up anytime. We appreciate you, Ms. Care.
My pleasure. I'm an educator. I love educating people about something that is so powerful and dramatic and just food from God's garden. Oh, you want to hear something else? I revive. You can eat it.
Oh.
You can eat this. Seriously, I could talk for hours, and I'm not gonna do that. I promise. But from your mouth to your rectum is skin. That tube, that digestive tube, is actually skin, and it's not in your body, it just goes through your body. So we've got people with like ulcers and gastric reflux and um, anything going on in the digestive.
The Crohn's disease as well, probably.
Yes, well, I give you that testimony, but yeah, you can just put about the size of a pea on a little tiny cracker or a little tiny piece of bread and just eat it to get it into the digestive. Depending on where it is, like if it's in your throat, then you just put some in your mouth and swallow it. But if you've got an ulcer in your stomach, you want to get it clear down to the stomach. So, but yeah, you can eat this. So, any other questions? I see there were a lot of questions that I didn't look at. So if I missed anybody's, I'm looking at those right now. I think I answered everything. Somebody was asking about daily medications. You just don't do them at the same time. You just don't take them at the same time. But there's no contraindications. So, good stuff, huh? I mean,
excellent. Excellent.
Yeah, it is. I just am so grateful and so honored to have had somebody share this with me, and I feel grateful and honored that I can share this with you all. And I'm from Florida. I can say you all. And I'm here to help you. I'm your upline. And I'm just sorry. I'm really sorry that I was so late getting on here.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Well, is that it? Are we done?
I think we are. On behalf of myself and Dr. Darius as well, and of course he may speak. I thank you, all the guests that are on here today. And I see most of you have all stayed. So thank you so much for coming and being a part and hearing something that is life changing. Those who got on because it's me, like Miss Esther, Queen Esther. I just thank you. You did the right thing by hearing this for yourself.
And go back and call him.
Thank you so much.
And so go back to the person that invited you, because they're using it and they are wanting you to use it too, because they love you and they want you to get younger and healthier, and share this with everybody that you know too. We can have a major impact on the health in the United States and in the world with this. And it only comes from us sharing one-on-one, because it's a paradigm shift. It takes a lot of education to really think, oh, I don't need those supplements anymore. Oh no, I wouldn't do that. Quantum is reality in motion. All right. I like that. All right. So blessings, everybody.
So Ms. K, I really want to appreciate what you have done for us this evening. I want to thank all those who came on the line. I know that Ms. K is very busy, because sometimes I receive emails from you in the middle of the night. So while I'm sleeping, you are up working. And when I asked you just last week, this wasn't planned long in advance. When I asked you just last week, you were all too willing to do this for us. And we are truly grateful. And one thing I would want to say to everybody on the line, because one of the questions as healthcare practitioners we receive over and over and over again is, will this